So here we go, we've got one more crazy week ahead. We've got some earnings and some other stuff. Today, once again, we'll break this down for you and a few things to be looking at. But yeah, we'll take a look at some of the stuff that's going on. A little bit of a shout out if you're on the Patreon. I dropped the earnings review, so this is where I go through on the Patreon and I talk about all the companies I own, the reported earnings last week, and just like couple of minutes on my thoughts on their earnings, and as well as that, a few companies that I don't own and give them a bit of a shout out. They're normally about half an hour long, so if you are on the Patreon, do go check that out. If you're not on the Patreon, then if you want to join, link is in the description, join through there. You get to see 2 exclusive videos a week, which one of them is this one, as well as that there's a Discord with 600 members on to talk to about stocks as well, and I'm on there as well. It's always the best place to talk to me is on that Discord. But enough of that, we'll get stuck onto this week of earnings and some other stuff. So first of all, the one key thing that's not earnings that you'll want to be keeping an eye out on is this. Inflation data. Inflation data is out this week. It's out on the 10th of August and the expected is 8.7%. Now obviously previously that was 9.1%, which was a massive surprise because the consensus last time was around 8.8. So last month actually, when we went there, we went, oh, we're starting to see some signs of it coming down. Surely it can't keep going up on this uptrend. And it did it, and we know the market had a little bit of a wobble, not as much as what I thought it would. I generally thought it would have a bit more of a wobble than what it did. It held on okay, but it dented a little bit of confidence. Now, we've been on a bit of a rally recently. Personally, for me, it was a fantastic week last week. I think I was up something like 9%, which is absolutely unbelievable. That's nearly what the S&P returns in a year. So it was a fantastic week last week. And we've had a little bit of a bottom and a bit of a rebound at the moment, but we're not out of the woods. This is one of the key things to be looking at because a lot of Wall Street investors have got that little bit of confidence. Everyone's thinking inflation is going to peak, so it's very important that we see the data for that. If it comes out with the data without it peaking, that's going to be a worry. So you can see here, like the consensus is 8.7. If this comes in at a 9 again, oh my days, you watch these markets panic, you watch Wall Street panic. So yeah, we want to see this definitely come below 8.7. Hopefully, looking at what is going on in the world, hopefully with oil coming down, that's going to help massively. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. I'm pretty confident this time we should see it start finally having a bit of a drop. If we can get into the 7 range, that would be absolutely amazing, and I think we'll see the market really pick up some confidence with that. And also, as always, the knock-on effect is that inflation's peaked, which we hope it does peak. Normally, when it does peak, we know the market goes on a good rally. So if the data comes out and it's peaked, that would make sense for why the stock market's rallied. It's gambled on that we're going to peak in inflation this time around 100%, and as well as that, interest rates hopefully then get calmed down a little bit, and also that will help the stock market as well. So yeah. Very important thing to keep an eye out. That's on the 10th of August, and that's for the month of July, the data from July. So that's the first key thing. Next thing, going on to earnings. So Monday is actually quite a big one for retail investors because a lot of retail investors are in this stock. Palantir, they report earnings. Personally, for me, it's another stock I've been interested in. I just think the valuation's insanely high. And as well as that, I can't really get my head around the product. I can a little bit, but I always like to try it and have a really good understanding of the business. Can't really do that, Palantir. So yeah, not one that I've ever touched, but I know a lot of retail investors are in it, so that's going to be a key one already for retail investors on the Monday. We've got Upstart, very interesting one. I think they've already come out with preliminary earnings and given everyone a heads up they're not going to be in line, so that could actually see a bit of a rally. Digital Turbine, I know a few guys play that one. Take-Two, Clover, Lemonade, Blink, DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean is actually a company that I'm very much interested in. The problem with that one is the valuation is just insanely high. And then on the Tuesday, not too much here. On the close though, Coinbase, Roblox, The Trade Desk, Plug, Unity, Wish, Celsius. Celsius is going to be a key one. Obviously, you guys know I'm a current shareholder of Celsius. Been on an insane run. So with it being on the same run, could we see a bit of profit taking? Could we see it like, price to perfection? And if numbers aren't unbelievably good, then we see a drop. We'll see what happens there, but hoping for some good numbers out there from Celsius. So yeah, obviously it's got a lot of positivity priced in at the moment, and it's been absolutely amazing financially as well. Like the previous quarter has been absolutely amazing. Like there's been hardly any issues with inflation. So yeah, one to keep an eye on there. Wish, I think we'll point Wish out. Win Resorts, and then on Wednesday, on the open. Wix, Jumani, Wendy's, PaySafe, that used to be a really popular one. And after the close, one that I own, which is Disney. Really interesting to see Disney Plus's numbers. Their numbers last time were fantastic. Like, a few people went into Disney's earnings looking at Netflix going, oh my days, Disney's going to be terrible. And then Disney brought the numbers out and everyone was like, whoa, Netflix is struggling, Disney's absolutely on fire. So it'd be really interesting to see what's going on there. Coupon, if Coupon wasn't just based in South Korea, I would actually be very tempted to buy that one. Matterport, Sonos, Bumble, I can't remember what Match.com, I'm sure I've already had their earnings. So yeah, probably give a good idea what's going to go on there. Thursday, not too much on the open. After the close, same again, not too much that I'm bothered about here. Rivian. On Friday on the close, we've got Honest. Obviously, that's a really popular retail stock and YouTube stock. So it'll be interesting to see what numbers they come out with. I actually did a video on Honest about 4 months ago, I believe it was. I talked about Honest and said that I am not a fan of this business. The company is financially struggling. And sure, every single stock's been hurt in that 4 months. But honestly, no pun intended there. But honestly, it's... this has took a massive beating. So yeah, I personally can't see what the hype is about this one because it's struggling for growth. And until I see potentially decent growth, people keep calling it a growth company. I'm like, stop calling it a growth company. It's got no growth. It's not a growth company. So it'll be interesting to see the numbers on that one and if it is starting to return to some sort of growth format, I guess. So yeah, that's the ones from Earning Whispers on the most anticipated earning releases. Not too much on the UK side that I can see. I think there's 88 holdings, but there is a few more stocks not on this list that I did want to point out. First one being Tattoo Chef. So you might remember this one. It was all over the YouTube scene. No one seems to talk about it anymore now. Personally for me, I own some shares in it. I did sell some shares out a few months back. I say a few months back, it's got to be nearly a year now. I just saw the business not performing that well and I was like, I'm going to take some risk off the table. It was a very good move. Still own some shares because I think there's still some chance that this still does quite well. If it carries on, bringing SKUs out, increasing its locations. So yeah, I'm still in this one at the moment. The last earnings were okay. Revenue was good. The only problem was gross margins. Going into this one, I'm expecting something similar. I'm hoping revenue is good. Hopefully they grow that Tattoo Chef brand a little bit more. The one big thing with Tattoo Chef is the gross margins. The gross margins got absolutely killed in last quarter. It sounds like they're not going to be much better in this quarter. It's going to be Q3 and Q4. So I think there's not going to be much surprise in this earnings for Tattoo Chef anyway. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. The one that I'm more looking forward to is this one, which is Hims. Hims and Hers are reporting earnings, and they are going to report on the 8th of August. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one because Hims has been doing quite well recently. I mean, if we can have a look at this stock, let me get a stock chart up. So Hims actually was down at $3.20, believe it or not, on the 12th of May. Since then, the stock is up 104%. So if anyone bought in that $3 range, I am so jealous of you right now. Personally, for me, I think my average is somewhere in that high $5 range. So I am up a little bit, but obviously not as much as if I bought at $3. But I think this generally will be easily pushing to a $20 stock in the next few years. It's unbelievable. Like, Hims actually came into the start of the year, they straight away hiked the guidance up a huge amount, absolutely huge amount. And I looked at Hims and went, oh my days, that's a massive hike. Are they going to continue to perform to get that guidance here? And then the next quarter came on, which was Q1, and then they hiked it up again. And I was like, oh my, it was an unbelievable hike at the start of the year. And then they hiked it up in Q1. So I'm a bit nervous because I'm like, for so early on in the year to hike up your guidance as much as what Hims did, I'm like, this is going to be absolutely crazy. So we'll see if they can smash it again. But man, they've been hiking up absolutely huge amount. One thing that I'm wanting to see from Hims, that push to profitability now. Now, obviously it's focused on growth and I am more bothered about where the growth is. But profitability, I think this has sneaky potential to still grow at crazy rates and push the profitability. If it has a combination of growing at crazy rates and pushing that profitability, this is going to be an absolute beast in the next few years. And as well as that, what's been so impressive with Hims is I was looking at T-Doc's earnings 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and I looked at their earnings and went, wow, these guys are struggling a bit right now. And then I was looking at something like Hims and I was looking at their earnings and thinking, you got a company like T-Doc in the same sector that's oh yeah, we're struggling a little bit here, struggling a little bit here. And then Hims are just absolutely smashing it in the same sector. It's just unbelievable how good this company's been at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to be keeping it definitely. This is the one that I'm probably looking forward to most this week. Generally, like I think that when you look at this company, the growth rates it's doing, the potential profit that it's going to do, and it's currently what, a 1.3 billion market cap company. You know, I'm really excited to see where this is going to be in the next few years. Like I could see it easily pushing towards that 5 billion, 10 billion company, and yeah, I think it could be a big multi-bagger for me. So yeah. Looking forward to that one anyway. So those are the stocks that are reporting earnings this week, and also the key inflation data to be looking forward to anyway. Hope you have a good week. Hope it's as good as the last one. Last week was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, there's a lot of things that still can move the market here, so we'll keep an eye on it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Anyway, smash the like button if you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.